queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us, I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us, please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. 'Cause you're the As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us, I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us, please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. It's like you almost know what I am thinking. 'Cause I believe in us, I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. 'Cause you're the best thing that I've ever had. Best thing, best thing. Best thing that I've ever had. Best thing, best thing.
Hello. Oh, hi. Oh, live streams. Hi everyone. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a great Saturday so far. You're here, I'm here. If you're outside, please wear a mask. We're getting through this all together. I mean, news says that more and more people are getting vaccinated. I know some people who got both shots. I know some people who are on their first one, and so let's all get vaccinated. Let's get through this together. And yeah, positive news. Let's just keep healthy and stay safe. So, thank you all for joining me this week. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Nelson, and during these streams, I like to teach people how to do things in Webflow or any other no-code tool. But mainly Webflow, because that's my bread and butter since 2013. So, yeah. How y'all doing? Let me see who's in the chat room right now. I gotta move my windows around. Okay, here we go. First person in the door. Jake, thank you so much to Jake, our new moderator slash producer for these live streams. You've been a wonderful help so far. Thank you, thank you. Penny is in the door. Drone Cam, welcome. Hi from Pakistan. My first ever Webflow design. Yes. Yes. Welcome to the Webflow community. Mohammed's back. Eli's back. HG Web Design is back. Hello again. Yes. Thank you all so much. And if you're watching recording, I appreciate you too. You don't have to chime in on the live chat. You can leave a comment and I'll say hi. But I just hope that everyone who's watching, whether live or recorded, are getting some value out of this. Because what I love to do is when I'm working on client projects, I'm like, how do you do this? This client wants something that Webflow can't do, or it's not very straightforward for someone to understand or do inside of Webflow. I've just learned it. Now I want to teach it. So that's just me taking in knowledge and throwing it back out in hopes that you all would do the same in the future. Whatever knowledge you take in and you're successful with and you've applied it and it works, throw that back out into the world and spread that knowledge. You know, do it for the love of the craft. That's how we can all grow together. I mean, that's part of my whole spiel of make the web beautiful together. That's part of it. Right? These streams happen every Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 10 to 12 p.m. And yeah, let's get into the first announcement. So, I want to show this real quick. So, just last night, where am I? So, please work. Please work. Here we go. Okay, cool. It worked. Yay. All right. So, last night I decided, I'm going to launch it. Finally. So, my new redesign of my website. Now, why did I do this? Because I got inspired by the family photos, the yearly family photos that I take with my wife and kid. And I asked for headshots, new headshots, and our photographer took some. And I was like, this one has to be my new homepage. Like, this has to be my new hero row. I love it. But I don't like my current site. So that inspired me to redesign my site. And the more and more in the past, I would always feel bad using a template. And I'm like, no, if I'm a Webflow developer, designer, I should do it from scratch. You know, I shouldn't use a template. Finally, this year, I said, you know what? I'll use a template. There's nothing wrong with it. I always felt bad, but now I'm like, you know, I'm just going to use a template. And more importantly about the website is the content. I don't care too much about the animations anymore or the interactions. I'm more about the words. So here's what I had before. All right. So I had a motion graphic artist who did my video intros, convert it to a Lottie file, and then I did a Webflow interaction to copy what he has done as far as a preloader thing. And then I did interactions, and I was like, cool, I'm happy with it, but not really happy. Something is missing. And I just left it there. For the whole year, I didn't really like it. People say, oh, I love it. And I was like, it doesn't, I don't know what's missing. And I always tell people, tell your story first before selling your services, or trying to tell people to convert to fill out a form or contact you or something like that. Your story is first. And I thought I had this, and I thought I was happy with it, with this, telling my story first, and then when you get here, you get to a ramble, but it didn't really have a flow. It just, something was missing, and I couldn't figure out what, but I just left it there for a whole year. And then this year, when I redesigned it, I was like, let me write out everything. I didn't even think about web design. I just thought about my story, and I just wrote everything out. And I let the template help guide me. Let me show you the template that I got. Webflow templates. Parker. I think it was Parker. Not Ryan Parker. Let me find one. Webflow.com/templates. And let me go to, I think it's single page. Single page. I think it's here. Where is it? Style. Features? Category? All tags. There has to be a single. Where did I get it? Okay, here. Parker. Or is it Peter? I should have bookmarked it. Oh, now maybe it's clean. Hold on, I'll find it. Stay with me. I promise, this is a wonderful stream. We do this all the time. Where is it? Okay, well, it is Peter Parker or something like that. Not Spider-Man, but I'll have to find it. Anyways, as you scroll down the site, and you can go to pixelgeek.co to see the page, it's all about the story. And I'm not selling anything as I'm scrolling down. I'm just telling people my story. And I have proof of my story. Proof of me evangelizing the Webflow platform. Proof of me being a speaker. Proof of me teaching people how to build in websites in Webflow. Proof of me doing these YouTube tutorials and live streams. And also social proof. And then also proof of the work I've done in the past. And shout out to FinSuite's homepage, because like I took this interaction idea from them, or was inspired by. So yeah, if you hover over it, it scrolls down. And so yeah, 3 works, a piece of work that I'm proud of and that I'm allowed to share. And then testimonials for more proof. So by the time you get to, here's what I'm selling, here's what I can help you with, I don't say like, hire me for this. I say, I'm happy to help, because that's me. I like to help, and I'm happy to do it. So this is me saying I'm happy to help with all of these things. And then here are my 2 buttons. I guess these are my call to actions. Either I'm available for contract work, or join the Pixel Geek community. And then more proof of my clients. And then again, I'm just telling my true story of like, what is my approach. And I've seen so many people say my approach is, we're going to go through a sitemap and then a wireframe and then design and then build and launch. And it's like, cool. Everyone does that now. That's a given now. So I'm like, let me tell my story in a way that's me. In a way that's like, you already know the process. If you're coming to me, you know the process. It's oh, thanks, Jake. You found the template. Cool. Yeah, minimalistic, creative. Yeah, so this is the one right here. So I bought this one. So shouts out to Yuri for this template. So instead of telling people the basic process, I'm like, I'm just gonna tell people who I am and what my approach is with honesty, empathy, and lastly, trust in the process. You already know the process. I'm going to tell you it anyways over our first call, and we just have to trust each other to make it happen. All right. And one little thing, I noticed in the template, they had this little quote, this row for a quote, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let me just throw in something that I'm really, really, really inspired by, and thinking about more and more. And it's all these things about living an imperfect life. And so I added that. And then lastly, this is when I'm like, okay, let's talk. If you want to hire me, here you go. But I don't say, fill out the form. I wanted to say something more from my heart, which is my ending for every video. Let's make the web beautiful together. So if you want to be a client of mine, I want to work with you, not because I just want a freelance gig. No, I'm trying to make the web beautiful with you. If you have a awesome design or awesome vision, then I want to help you put it on the web, but in a fun partnership type of way where it's like we're just making this to make the web beautiful together. And then you fill out all this form, and then there you go. So yeah, no interactions. I went with no interactions. I just went straight for storytelling, because if you look at this, it's just very like in your face, like, whoa, look at me. And now this year I'm like, hey, here's my story. Read it. You want to work? Cool. If not, cool. And that's it. So that's why I redesigned this site. I'll go more into detail about this in a later YouTube video. I'm thinking of like doing a more in-depth reason why. But that's about it. Yeah. Let me look at the comments. Nelson looks so fly in that shirt. Thank you. Thank you. That was actually a last minute thing. The day before the photo shoot, my wife and I went to the mall and we're like, we need to find something. I don't know what to wear. So we went to H&M, and then we went to Forever 21 is where we found it. And like, that's not me. There's all these shirts that are like very Justin Bieberish, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear this for a family photo. And then she found that one, and I was like, can I rock that? She was like, yes, do it. I was like, okay. And so there you go. Thank you, Forever 21. HG, why not say Webflow expert? Huh. Are people searching for okay, good idea. I'll put Webflow expert. Is that too many? Webflow expert visual developer? Or just Webflow expert? Okay. Let's see here. Totally agree. No need for useless animations and effects anymore. Yep, I agree, Andy. You know your way around Webflow. Yep. Pablo, hello everyone. This is going to be a short one for me today. If anyone is interested in cloning a project. Oh yeah. I'll take a look at that one later, Pablo, and I'll show it off to the stream. But thanks for hanging out, and if you need to go anytime soon, thank you for hanging out. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Sarah should be a moderator. There we go. Nelson, you've got a great haircut. I don't know. I didn't get a haircut yet, but yeah, you rock as well. And Josh is here. Josh, shout out to MemberStack, the thing that's running the Pixel Geek community. Shout out to memberstack.com. All right. Next thing, and I promise we'll get to the tutorial, but this is what we do on the stream. So the Pixel Geek visual. Oh, no. Sorry. Call out for ideas. Oh, yeah. So, Jake, if you want to put the form link in the chat. So, there's so many people in between each Saturday. They're like, hey, Nelson, I have a request for a future tutorial or a live stream idea. And I'm just seriously, there's just so many and I can't keep track of them. So Jake came up with an idea like, hey, how about we streamline this and make it more automated and make people fill out a form with their ideas, their topic ideas. And we'll let the community decide which one will be shown in the next stream. So I'm like, okay, cool, great idea. So if you have an idea for a future live stream topic, you want me to see something built, or you have a question and you want me to answer it on a future live stream, fill out that form in the live chat right now and we'll get to it in a future date. Cool? All right. Next thing, visual dev course, what I learned. Okay. The visual dev course, again, I only have 2 students. And what I've learned is I am trying to do way too much, way too fast. And this week was like a very eye-opening week of, okay, I need to slow down, I need to focus. I'm still going to do the visual dev course with both Scots in our community, and I'm still going to give them the high quality course that they paid for, but I'm actually going to shelve future courses until I'm more ready and give myself more time. I realize, what I need to do for marketing and what I need to do to hype it up. It was, it was tough. It was tough. But thanks again to both Scots for being the first students. But in future, I'll let everyone know when the next course is happening. But it was something that I learned. And speaking of what I learned about like trying to do too much too fast, the community website, pixelgeek.community, I was trying to do a lot. As you can see, visual dev courses at the top, and then you have a here, let me show it to you. Pixelgeek.community. So the visual dev course, and then the tutorials, and then resources, and then a blog, all while maintaining a chat board. Too much. And so I've decided, now with this eye-opening week, I've decided, you know what? Let me focus on what is working right now. So the community soon is going to be changing to just the circle chat board. It's just going to be a chat board. You can be a paid member of the chat board, but there will be nothing else on this website. There'll be a homepage explaining the community, but that's about it. The homepage and a chat board to keep it more focused to what I'm trying to do, which is mentor people who need help with their web design career. So that's what's happening soon with the website. And last thing is, speaking of the community, I'm also changing every third Saturday, every third stream of the month. We used to do only a 1 hour public stream because the first hour is dedicated to just the community members. I'm changing that to the monthly community member private group session is going to be 2 hours and just take up both of those hours, and there's not going to be a public stream on that Saturday. That way I can give more focus and more time to the paying community members who need that session. All right. So those are the changes that are happening with the community. I really want to, as you can tell, I really love giving away knowledge out there because I want the community to grow. But there comes a time when, I've been devaluing myself by doing that for all these years. And it's not like, it's not like I'm trying to tell people, hey, give me money for this knowledge. No, my time is valuable, and I'm noticing people will pay me for my time to help them. And so that's what I'm opening up myself to. All right. Okay. So let's get into the tutorial part. And if you have any questions or you want me to look at any websites that you've built and want me to review it, Jake will make a note of it. Just post it in the live chat and I will check onto it later. All right. Let's check any questions that I am missing. I don't see anything there. Let's see here. Elbert, that's a new name. New name I haven't seen in live chat. Welcome to the community. I've seen your videos but always miss your live stream, so I'm happy to catch this live. Yay, Elbert! Welcome! Props channel, hi. Let's see here. Josh, anything I can do to help? Help with what? Help with what? Joseph Bates, you almost had me. I just didn't have the money. Looked like an awesome opportunity. No worries, Joseph. No worries. Props channel, will you be offering finance options? Finance options as in... not sure. Mohammed, you're worth what you charge. Nelson, you're just amazing. Thank you. HG Web Design, wise decision. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. So, what are we doing today? So, have you ever tried to add multi-image fields in a lightbox? And then the lightbox pops up and you can't add captions. So let me give you an example. We're going to go to Webflow and let's just do this real quick. Just giving you an example. We're going to put a lightbox. So this is a standard lightbox, static. This is not collections. This is just straight up lightbox. All right. So if I go here and then go to add image, and then look at this. We can add a caption to this photo. All right. And so if I preview this, open it, look at this. There's a caption right here, right? But if you notice, you cannot do that with multi-image fields. So there's, Webflow doesn't allow you to do that. So you're going to have to just, if your client is like, hey, I want multi-image fields because I have these photo galleries, but I also want the captions to show up. Not possible in Webflow without custom code. So this is going to be a fairly long tutorial. This might take up the rest of the hour and a half to make happen, but I'm going to do my best to explain it. I figured it out, sort of, but I mean, it works. And I'm still waiting for the client to approve it, but I learned something and I want to share it with you. So here we go. Let's pretend your client has a collection. Let's make up a collection here. We'll start with, say, projects. And then the projects has a multi-image field. And we'll call this photos. Okay, so we have photos down there. And then create collection. And there we go. I'm going to add 5 items as sample items. And there we go. So this one right here. This is what I'm trying to target. These right here. Okay. Now, there is nowhere to put captions. Let me show you. Let's go ahead and go to the pages and then projects template. I'm going to put a section and a container. And let's just put a collection list. And this collection list is going to pull from the photos multi-image field. Okay. And let's go ahead and style this real quick. Let's push this away from the top. Let's give the collection list a grid and say three columns. All right. So we have our multi-images in here. So let me drag in a lightbox. Double click, pull from photos. There we go. And now check this out. If I go to lightbox link, and wait, what just happened? Oh, thank you. Did someone support me? Oh, I gotta turn off my... There we go. Josh Lopez, 5 coffees. Thank you. And my stripe showed up. That's nice. How do I turn off? Don't show. Hold on. How do I turn off on Mac? Turn off notifications. Focus assist. Priority only. I guess that works. Whatever. Back on it. All right. So if I go to the lightbox, go to my element settings, notice how I can get media from the multi-image right here, multi-image field. But look, no caption. How do I put captions in here? I mean, the lightbox works, but no caption. No good. No fair. All right. So that was the challenge that the client gave me, and I was like, I'll make this work. I'll figure it out. So here we go. If you have a multi-image field, you can put the captions in here. If I hover over the kebab menu, click Edit Alt Text. This is caption 2. Oh, geez. Sorry. And then do the same thing for all of them. This is the first caption. This is the third and last caption. All right. Save. Wait, which project am I on? Undy? Hold on. How come there's 5? Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is the one I'm on. So each one of these now has a caption. And the caption is because I added it to the alt text. All right. So what I'm trying to do is, with custom code, I'm telling jQuery, find the alt text of this image and then add it to a text box in my modal. All right. So here we go. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a long one. So strap in. So here we go. So what you need to do, the first thing you need to understand is how to make a custom lightbox. So you can't just drag in the lightbox that Webflow gives you down here. Yeah, we're not going to use that. We're going to make our own from scratch. So if you've never made a custom lightbox, note this. Actually, Jake, if you want to make a note of this time, how to make a custom lightbox from scratch. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is going to drag in a div block. And this one, I'm going to call it custom lightbox. Wait, did I already? Oh. Okay, I'm going to call it lightbox. There we go. So I have a lightbox, and what I need to do is set the position to fixed, and then set it to full. And for the z-index, I'm going to give it some number like 99999. I want that on the top of everything. Okay? And then I'm going to give it a background color of, like, we'll just say black. But I want it opaque a little. So let's say 80 on the alpha. Okay? And now I want to make sure that all the elements are centered on the page. So what I'm going to do is set this to Flexbox and set it center, center. And there we go. And now in here, we're going to add let's see here. What do I want to do? Okay, I want to set this to vertical. So it's not horizontal, vertical, because I'm going to have the lightbox image, the caption, and then the row of, yeah, and then the row of elements. Actually, yeah, row of elements. So let's go ahead and drag in a placeholder image. And then I'm also going to drag in a text box. And this text box, let's go ahead and make it white. Push this away on the margin. Something like that. Make this big. There we go. And we'll double click that, remove it, and I'm just going to put a single period. Okay? Because we don't need that text. And let's call this lightbox caption. Okay? So this image right here, we're going to call this lightbox image. Oh, I've already used that. Okay, lightbox img. There we go. I don't want to reuse anything that I've already done because I practiced this. And then lastly, we're going to put in a collection list that's pulling from photos. And let's make sure that the collection list is set to flex so they're all one row. And then here in the collection list, we're going to add a link block. And this link block is not going to link to anything. It's just a link block. And this one is going to be image. I know I feel like some of you are getting confused right now. I get it. I should have shown you an example, but I can't show the client's project because it's a work in progress. Sorry. But let's get through this. You'll see at the end what it turns out to be. All right. So we have all of the images, and let's make these photo thumbnail. Yeah, photo thumbnail. We'll just make it photo thumbnail, and we'll say 100 by 100. And we'll space them out. Give them a fill of cover. Okay, there we go. All right. So what I'm trying to do is when you click on one of these, it opens up this custom lightbox. And then whatever you clicked on, jQuery will read the URL of the image and replace the URL of this image so that this photo loads here. And then I'm also telling jQuery, hey, by the way, also get the alt tag, save that alt tag in your memory, and then put it in place of this period. All right? Oh man, yeah, this is a complicated one now that I'm going through it. But yeah, if you're still here with me, you're awesome. And I'm sorry. Okay, let me take this out of the lightbox. Oh, I feel bad, but just keep going. Okay, anything else that I'm missing? Yes. So you have the open, which we'll do with Webflow interactions. We also need a close, and so let's make a close link. So I'll bring in a text link, and we'll call this close modal. And the heck? Sorry. Oh, okay. I'm gonna set this to fixed. I'm gonna set it to top right. And let's color it white so you can see it. I'll just use the letter X for now. move this away. Oh my God, I can't see it. Let's say 25. Nope, not 25%. 5, 5, no underline. Gonna make this big, like 50. There we go. All right, so I have my element set up. So I need this close button. When I click on it, it closes this lightbox. And then when I click on one of these, it opens the lightbox, but loads the caption and the image. All right. So if you haven't created your own custom lightbox, that's how you do it. Yeah. So here we go. Let's do interactions. So when I click on this, it opens. So let's do this. We need to have, we need to name this. So lightbox thumb. Okay, so we have a lightbox thumb. And let's go ahead and give it element trigger. So plus, mouse click, on first click, start animation. And this one we're going to add plus, and then let's see here. After press plus, we're going to call it open modal. HG, thank you so much for the coffee. Cheers. All right. Let's go here. So on actions, I want to select this lightbox. So I need to do a hide and show because I want to set flexbox. And I'm sorry, my neighbor's knocking on my door. It's a little kid. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. So hide and show. So I'm setting it to flex. Okay. And when the page first loads, it's going to be display none. And then when you click on one of those thumbnails, it does hide and show. That's it. Save. And now for the close modal right here, I need this to do the opposite. I need it to target this and do display none. So I'm going to go to close modal, add a mouse click interaction, start animation, and let me delete this so you can see I'm being real. Close modal. I'm going to target lightbox and set this to hide and show none. All right, so here's what it's actually doing. You click on this, display flex on lightbox. Click on this, display none on flexbox. Or I mean on lightbox. So congratulations, you've created your own custom modal. Man, I had many distractions. Sorry for all the distractions, but there you go. So we're halfway there. So we've created our own custom lightbox. Now we need to tell code, pull the URL of this image and the alt tag and paste it, copy it, and then paste it into the lightbox. How do we do that? Here we go. Let me copy the code. So this is the code I wrote, and I'm gonna do my best to explain it. So here we go. Man, my neighbor, he's 4 years old. Hold on, let me tell him. There. He's still there. Okay, here we go. What does all this code mean? What does life mean? All right, so here we go. I have this right here saying, okay, browser, I'm going to have 3 buckets of data that I want you to remember really quickly. We have a bucket of data called small caption, and then another called lightbox image, and then another called EQ. Okay, so obviously the small caption is the caption. We're going to put the caption in there. And the lightbox image, we're going to put the URL to the lightbox image there. And EQ is we want the browser to remember which which thumbnail we've clicked to open up the lightbox. Okay? So that's what lines 3, 4, and 5 mean. Hey, we're going to start some browser memory. All right. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to just use these class names. Why not? So, custom lightbox thumb, when I click on it, do something. So that's what line 7 means. When I click on something, when I click on custom lightbox thumb, do something. So let me name this custom lightbox thumb. Cool. So when I click on one of these, do something. Okay. And what is that something? Okay. I want you to remember which one of these thumbs that I clicked on. Okay. So if this is, whoa, what happened to, okay, there we go. Oh no, my chat disconnected. Hold on. There we go. I'm back. All right. So index, meaning this is 0, 1, 2. With code, everything starts at 0. Okay, it doesn't start at 1, it starts at 0. So if I clicked on custom lightbox 0, remember that this is the 0 one. This is the 0. This is the 1, this is the 2. So depending on which one I click on. So that's the first thing that's happening on the code. Come on, mouse. Okay. And so after that, I want you to remember which one I clicked on. And then for the custom lightbox, inside of the custom lightbox that I've made, find this row called photo strip and find the same thumbnail number and do a fake click on it. Okay? And what that means is, what's going to do is it's going to open this, and this is, again, this is thumbnail number 0, 1, 2. So if I clicked on number 0, it'll remember, hey, this is 0. So in this row, find number 0 and click on it. That's what it's doing. Okay? And let's go back to the code. And then also body overflow hidden, meaning don't show any scroll bars. Like don't let the user scroll up and down. We're going to cut everything off. That way we're focused just on the lightbox. Okay? So that's what these lines mean. So if someone clicks on a lightbox thumb, which image did they click on? Find that same thumbnail inside the lightbox and then click on it. So that's what's happening. All right, next. If someone clicks on one of these thumbnails right here, then do something. And what that something is remove a class of active. So all the other thumbnails, remove the class of active, and then the one that was clicked on, add active class to it. Okay? And then this is where the copy and paste happens. That small caption, I'm trying to find the I'm trying to find the alt tag of it. Once you find the alt tag of it, save it in that memory. And then the same thing with the URL, or with HTML, it's called src, source. Find that URL and save that into lightbox image. Then lastly, That's the copy part. And lastly, the pasting part is find the text box called small caption and paste it in there. Find a lightbox image, find its source or its URL, and then paste the URL in there. And then there you go. And then lastly, the closed lightbox is... The closed lightbox just means, hey, let people scroll up and down again when the lightbox is closed. Okay? Now I want to... Let me see here. Can I show this to you? Man. Can I show this to you in a way that I don't show the client's project? Or should I just keep going with this? I think I'll just keep going with this. All right. So let me take some of these class names. So this one, let's just remove, and I'm going to call it custom lightbox. Actually, let me delete this real quick because I saved it here in this page. So this is the finished version. Yeah, this is the finished version. Photo strip row. Right. So this, let me double check my stuff. So this is going to open change target custom lightbox. Okay, so I wasn't talking there, but let me see if this works. So that way I can further explain. Don't worry, I'll go back into it and explain. I know I've lost some of you. It didn't work. Oh wait, I need a custom lightbox. This one needs to have closed modal. Oh, because there's no... We did it on this one right here. There we go. Ha! Ha! Okay. Oh, you don't even see it, my screen. So there we go. I should have showed this at the beginning. I am so sorry, everyone. This is live streaming. All right, so again, what had happened? If I click on this, the custom code is saying, hey, the user clicked on image number 0. When someone clicks on image number 0, click on the same image number 0 inside of the photo strip. Okay? And also the photo strip, find the URL of this image and the alt tag. Paste the URL here and paste the alt tag here. And that's what it's doing. Okay? I know I did that really fast. Do you want me to start all over again, or should I just take questions? I feel like this needs to be a standalone tutorial because I feel like I messed up trying to explain this. This is very complicated, but I'll let you all have the code. But it's right there. So again, telling the browser, hey, I have 3 buckets of data I want you to remember. Get ready for it. Small caption, lightbox image, and the thumbnail that the person has clicked on, right? So when someone clicks on a thumbnail, remember which one they clicked on. And then inside of the custom lightbox, find that thumbnail in that lower row of thumbnails and click on it. Do a fake click on it. Also, don't let anyone scroll up and down. Also, when someone clicks on the photo strip item, so we've done a fake click, and then that fake click initiates this. So we want to remove a class of active and add a class of active to the one that was clicked. So all the other thumbnails will be if they have a class name of active, remove it. But the one that we've actually clicked on, add it. And then copy the small caption from its HTML code, copy the URL, and then paste it, and then paste it. And then lastly, if someone clicks on the closed lightbox, let people scroll up and down again. All right, so there's the summary. That probably might not make sense for some of you. That's totally okay. But here's the thing. I saw this tweet. Let me go get this tweet. Here we go. There was this tweet where, let me see if I can copy it. Copy link address. Cool. So there's this tweet just before this stream. Someone said, should I stop learning coding, then start learning how to use Webflow? And I said, no. If you have the capacity to learn code, never stop learning it. Then use Webflow as a tool to help you apply that knowledge. With this combo, you'll be able to take Webflow further than it's capable of. And this is a great example of that. Webflow cannot do multi-image field captions, but with code, we're able to copy and paste things with jQuery to do what our client needs. Because, yeah, Webflow can't do everything, but there'll be a day when they'll open up the component marketplace where people can make their own components or plugins. And I can just imagine a day where the community is like, oh, let me build that and sell it to the community so they can just drag it in. When that day comes, then maybe we won't need code. But then again, you kind of do if you want to keep pushing the limits of what this platform can do. So keep learning code if you can. You know, it's not a requirement, but it'll help. All right. So I went through that faster than I thought. What do you want to do with this next hour? What am I missing? Let me go to the chat. If you want me to go over the whole thing again, I do not mind. If you want me to review your site or if you have any questions, now is the time. Okay, Mohammed, how can I learn writing code if I want to create something like this? jQuery is what I'm using, or you can learn what people call vanilla JavaScript. But yeah, I don't know where to start learning. Before Webflow was launched, invented, or whatever, at my previous jobs, I would my employer would be like, all right, we have a project and it needs a slider. And so all I would do is just Google jQuery slider. And then I would copy the code, paste it, and see what it does. And then I would change some stuff, see what that does. Change another stuff, and that's all I would be doing. And that's how I learned kind of code. I didn't start from textbooks. I didn't start from like the beginner or like some sort of course. I just threw myself in there and like, okay, here's a slider with jQuery. Now, what does the code mean? But then again, that's how I learn a lot of stuff. So yeah. Penny, what about adding next and previous arrows? That's what I mean by it's not done yet, because I need to figure that out. And it scares me because I'm like, okay. It may be as easy as doing math in JavaScript or jQuery, where it's like, that seems pretty simple. If the current image, like say they click on, let me go to my screen again. Say they click on this one, right? If they click on this one, then the math, if I have an arrow on this side, the math would just be as easy as take the number, the EQ number, plus 1. And so that's the value of this arrow. So if I click on that arrow, it'll say, oh, the EQ number is now 1. So click on 1. And the same thing here would be 2. But then I have to be like, if it's more than 2, then if I click on this arrow, it has to go back to 0. So it could be simple math, but I haven't got there yet. So good question. And I know that the client is going to say the same thing. Okay, cool, but I want arrows. I'm going to be like, I'm still working on it. All right. Great question, Penny. I'll figure that out. And I'll let you all duplicate this. You can have it for free. Let's see here. Sites for review. Okay, here we go. Eli, bizcarding.webflow.io. Let's take a look at what you're doing. Ooh. Business cards of the digital age. Share your business contact information with a digital business card. Let your brand do the talking. Be noticed and get seen anywhere online. With biz carding, it's easier than ever to customize an attractive digital business card. It's perfect for corporate teams, entrepreneurs, independent contractors, and commercial businesses. Okay. I like these waves, and I like how the phone came out. Cool. Huh. I feel like it can be bigger. I feel like, and again, I'm just nitpicking here. I feel like it doesn't need to be in a box. Like, what if you can take it out of the box? Like, this whole first experience, this wave can take up the whole screen, and this phone comes out of the wave just the same way you already have right now. Yeah. Something. It just feels like you can go bigger with it. But that's just me. Okay, cool. I like these process. Cool. Cool. Nice. Very simple, straightforward. I'm gonna just tell you now, how many people are really going to scroll left and right? I don't think many people are gonna scroll left and right here. The only reason why I know to scroll left and right is because I've looked at many different websites in my years. But I don't think many people will understand to scroll left and right because it's not a natural thing. So what if you do that horizontal scroll thing where this sticks and it scrolls as you're scrolling down, this moves left and right. So what if you did that? You're forcing the user to scroll left and right and see the different examples. Moving on. Okay, cool. Nice and clean. Wait. How come? That was weird. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, super simple. Nice and clean. I like it. But again, I don't know if... You see how nothing else is in a box? Everything is out in an open space. Everything's out in open space except for this. And I feel like this doesn't need to be in a box. But again, that's just me. Great job with it, though. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go to Pablo. Oh my God, Pablo, what did you do? Okay. What is going on here? I feel stressed already. I didn't expect that. Well, there you go. You made me feel exactly what was intended. So congrats. That loading animation made me feel stressed. And you took this a step further. The whole geospace. So this all started a couple weeks ago. I tried to recreate this during the stream. This is one of the first crazy Webflow interactions made inside of Webflow with interactions version 1. This is back in 2015, 14, something like that. And I tried to recreate it in interactions 2. And then Pablo comes by and it's like, okay, I'm going to take it a step further. Oh, man. I feel stressed. Yeah. Oh, man. Crazy. Good job, Pablo. Oh, man. You're too good. You're too good. Yeah. Yeah, check out his work. Triptych1.webflow.io. All right, going to questions. Barry Pathley back on the. Can you put background videos into a Webflow slider? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let me show you. So if I were to. Let's go ahead and bring in a layout. Oh, what? I didn't know that. If you press A on your keyboard and then A again, you get to the pre-built layouts. Well, it toggles. So you so press AA and then you get here. Cool. Did not know that. So let me put a container down here. And inside of the container, I'm going to put a slider. And in this slider, inside of slide 1, I'm going to put in a background video. And there you go. So here's the thing about Webflow sliders. Okay, check it out. Hold on, let me go here. So here's the thing about Webflow sliders. Notice how this background video is cut off. See how big the background video is? It goes all the way down here. But wait, how come it's being cut off here? Here's the thing Webflow doesn't tell you. Slider, this one right here, this slider and this mask right here, they actually have a height of 400 pixels tall. But Webflow doesn't tell you that in the styles panel. It looks like everything should be hunky-dory. Everything should be height auto. It's not height auto. Watch this. If I set this to height, if I force the height auto, there you go. If I remove it, it's 400 pixels. So when you get your sliders in, make sure to force the height to auto. Or else you get into that weird position like, why is it being cut off? Because slider has 400 pixels. And there you go. So to answer your question, can you put a background video on a slider? There you go. Yes, you can. Right. Penny, when you're designing and the client doesn't have any specific request, how do you decide what automations and interactions might be appropriate? Oh, that's a great question, Penny. So when I'm working with a client, what I love is when they have the designs all done. They just give me a Figma link and they say, Nelson, here you go, get on it. And I'm like, yes, let's go. So what I do is I build everything and then I interpret the feeling of the site and add tasteful interactions automations. Okay. I'm trying to think of a example. Okay, I can take fast because it's already live, and so fast.co. So fast gave me a Figma link and said go at it, and I'm like, cool. They didn't tell me what to animate, but I kind of figured out what they wanted. So the only thing that they told me was like they want this phone to stick there. All right. I'm like, okay, cool. So on the first load, they didn't tell me what to animate. I just said to myself, what would make this site seem fast? Because that's the name of their company, that's their brand. They're all about one click, world's fastest checkout. So how can I show stuff that's fast, something that's moving? And so with the first load interaction, I wanted things to come in fast, but not too fast, where the user's eyes will miss it. All right. And so I said the phone comes in, and then 1, 2, and then the 3 lines right here 1, 2, 3, they come in. So 1, 2, 3. And then after that, the navbar comes in. So I wanted some sort of feeling of pace. Okay. And you kind of feel this whenever you're watching movies or watching motion graphics, how they carry the theme over from one shot to another. It's all about pacing. Okay, so as I scroll down, I wanted things to continually move, and so that's why I did the right here. I did the simple quick effect where it just slides in from the left, and then I did that same slide in from the left for all the other. And then when I got here, I wanted this bar to show that, hey, we're almost done. Kind of a feeling like, hey, when you're tracking a package, you want to see the progress bar. So this fills up. And then here, same thing. And then here, I told you in the last stream, I suggested to show all of their testimonials in a horizontal scroll. So I did that. And then finally that shows up. So I come up with it by just imagining how I want the user to feel as they're scrolling down. As they're scrolling down, I want things to move. I want things to constantly keep their eyes glued to the copy. I want them to read the copy. So if it slides in, it's taking their attention, which makes them want to scroll down even more, and it keeps their attention, and so on and so on. All right. But again, you don't want to Michael Bay your client's sites. Every interaction, every animation needs to have a reason. If you just add an animation or interaction just for the fun of it, and someone says, why did you add it? And you're like, oh, I thought it was pretty cool. No, remove that animation right away. You don't need it. Everything needs to have a reason. All right. Yeah. Do I have any other? Let me see here. Can't show that one. Can't show. Let me see here. Yes. Hold on. I'm looking at a sign. I guess this one's pretty cool. Okay. So this is another one I did. So my wife designed this, and I built it. And so if I scroll down, I just want to show what we're trying to sell for the client. Show that the ingredients of the energy bars that she makes. She actually makes these. And whenever people are like, I want an energy bar, but they're like health conscious or something, they want to know what's inside of this. I don't want no artificial flavors or something. Show me what's inside. And so as you're scrolling down, you're seeing the ingredients. But more so, if I hover over this, you see the ingredients just for that flavor. So you see the oats, the blueberries, what are these? And sunflower seeds. And so you have the chocolate in here, and then this one's peanut butter. So yeah. So again, what's the reason behind everything you do? So this one right here, I wanted loading effect to grab the user's attention. It's like meet the flavors. And then you just scroll down. This is telling more about the flavors. It's telling the store, here's the ingredients that we're using. And then hover over it to be more specific. Here are the ingredients we're using for this flavor, for this flavor, and for this flavor. So if you ask me, why did I do this? I have an answer for each interaction. Notice here, I didn't do an interaction here. I feel like you don't have to. But I was like, it's already a lot of interactions there. But yeah, man, I'm getting hungry. Cool. Hopefully that answers your question. What else? That's witchcraft. What's witchcraft? This reminds me of Story Brand. Great book. Sorry, Nelson couldn't join your previous stream. No worries. I have to go. All right. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, Mohammed. Thanks, Nelson. Eli saying thanks. I will work on the horizontal scroll for the example screens. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Oh, stay up late. It says if I is greater than array length. Okay, yeah. For the custom lightbox. I will look into that. Cool. Is there any other questions that I missed? And if you want me to go over the custom lightbox again, I will. Okay, no, I caught up. And thanks again to the people who donated coffees. I really appreciate it. I think it was Josh and HG Web Design. Let me see, who else? I can't tell. Yeah. But thank you so much for the coffees. The video height was witchcraft. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say it's witchcraft, Josh. As far as the background video, I think that's what you're talking about. I think it's I just think it's one of those UX things Webflow needs to fix, where the slider right here, it shouldn't have a default height of auto. It should say what it's really at, which is 400 pixels. Or is it even 400? Hold on. Oh, it's even smaller. Okay, the height is 300 pixels. So that's the true height of a slider when you first drag it in. But if you set it to auto, it'll find your tallest slide and conform to it. Okay. HG, what if you don't want to show the thumbnail of the large photo in the overview? I think you're talking about the custom lightbox that we just created. If you don't want to show, why would you not want to show the thumbnail? So here's what we have, and you don't want to show it. Oh, so what I forgot is to add an active state. So let me add that right now. So let me turn on my custom lightbox using Flexbox. And for photo strip thumb, all of them should be a opacity 50%, but oh no, it shouldn't be a photo strip thumb. Oh yeah, there you go, photo strip item. And then if I add a combo class of active, the opacity should be 100. And then I remove that. Even if I remove a class from Webflow, Webflow will not delete it from your CSS. It'll stay there, okay? And so now I have a active and non-active state. Oh, I need to turn this off. Okay, here we go. If I click on number 2, there you go. Number 2 is active, so it has an opacity of 100, but the rest have opacity of 50%. And then there we go. Cool. Because the photo is already there. I think still showing the photo in that photo strip at the bottom is good user experience because you want to tell the user where they're at. What are good standard width sizes for containers? Or are there really no standards? I heard Webflow's default is too narrow. Yes. So when you're dragging in a Webflow collection, a Webflow container, it's actually 940 pixels width, which is really thin nowadays because everyone has widescreens, and now even ultra wide screens or ultra wide screens. So what's a good size? I like to use 1140. Yeah. And I just saw other people using 1140, so I was like, okay, I think that's a number. So I just went with it. There's probably some research out there. What's the best div width for websites? Let's learn together. Okay. Best screen sizes. Best suggest a good max width. That's 2013. Let's go 2019. 1170. Okay, let's see. 1140. And then 1600. So I'm right in the middle. So I don't know. 1140. I don't know. But it's been working. I don't hear any clients emailing me saying, "Hey, make it wider or make it thinner." I mean, they're happy, so that's why I kept going with it. If no one's complaining, then yay, cool. But yeah, don't use the Webflow container. It's too narrow. 940. I mean, you have so much room to play with now because of screens being super wide. Josh, how do you do these transitions between scenes? Are you using OBS? I'm using Streamlabs OBS. And I have my Stream Deck connected. How am I doing these transitions? So I bought a theme from Streamlabs OBS, and it was like a very basic theme. And the theme came with different transitions, and all these transitions they're just they're video files with an alpha. And so in Streamlabs OBS, you can set certain transitions based on which scene you're coming from and going to. And then you can set the timing and when you want the actual change of the scene to happen. So what happens is the video... So when I go like this, a video is playing... And when the whole screen turns black, when the video gets to a point where it takes up the whole thing, that's when I switch. That's when Streamlabs OBS switches the scenes behind the curtain, and then the video comes out and shows its alpha and then shows the next scene. So that's all it's doing. It's just gimmicks of like, imagine you're in a bathtub, you're about to get out of the shower, and like you pull the curtain, and then somehow you magically get dry and dressed, and then you pull the other side of the curtain and you're like, hey, here I am. And then backwards you're going shimp shimp, and it's like, hey. So that's what's actually happening. Jared, haven't seen your name around. Welcome to the stream. Is there a benefit to having set pixel widths versus the width to a percentage of a screen resolution? Or is that mostly based on design intent preference? Yeah. Great question. So yeah, it depends on what the design intent is. Okay. If it's something you're trying to announce, like the hero row of your website. Actually, should I go back to mine? Hold on, okay, yeah. So on mine, I didn't really set a width. I just let the width go completely all the way to the edges for my hero row because I wanted some way to say, hi, this is me. But if there's content that you want people to read, you don't want that content to go to the full width of the browser. You want it to be centered and more contained. And so this is where I'm actually setting a max width. All right. And if I scroll down even more, they're all using that max width. It doesn't get blown out. Except for here, this, my footer at the bottom. It goes full width, but this is part of the this is part of the template. Let's go to fast.com and take a look at it. So yeah, fast.com has a lot of content and it wants to explain their product, and so you keep it to a certain width. But if you have some sort of like really crazy design or something like that, like let's see here, desktop.vision. Like this one, see how the width takes up the whole, the width takes up the whole screen? Yeah, so this has a max width right here. That has a max width for this copy. But look at this. See, they want you to be immersed into their marketing and into their copy. So this one, it takes up the whole thing. But yet, when you go read the actual paragraph, it's smaller. So it all depends on what you're trying to convey. But if there's a block of text, you want to make sure that that's contained. You want that small. See, that's small. Yeah. So it all depends. It all depends. Sorry, last question. No, we got time for questions. Don't worry, Ezekiel. Use Webflow container and change max width, or use a div block and just don't use the Webflow container. So the Webflow container actually contains pre-written or preloaded CSS with it. If you want full control, do not use the Webflow container component. Instead, use a basic div block. You have full control. There's no CSS applied to it. That's all up to you. Okay? The Webflow container is just there to help you make your website or prototype faster. If you want a container that's 940 pixel width, margin auto both sides, and it also has some CSS for the smaller breakpoints, go and use that. Like, you can just quickly drag it and then go on about your day. With the div block, you have to put in the CSS yourself using the styles panel for every single breakpoint. So more control, takes a little bit longer, less control, faster. Up to you. Jared, or containers. So you are a magician. I am not a magician. I'm just a nerd who has been clicking on things for many, many years. Glad to help, Jared. Yeah. Lots of questions. Thank you, everyone. Okay. And just a reminder, Jake, if you can put that link, reminder for the form. If you want me to stream something else, a future stream topic, fill out this form that Jake is putting in the live stream, and we'll put it on the list. And I think we'll have community members vote on which one's going to be next. I think that's the deal. We'll come up with a way. Yeah, don't worry. I want to make sure that you're all getting that value out of these streams every Saturday. And again, I appreciate you all for being here. Yeah. I think that's about it. If there's no other questions. And a reminder, if you want to join the Pixel Geek community, pixelgeek.community, it's a chat board where if you need help straight from me or any other Pixel Geek community members, we are there to help each other. We're trying to make the web beautiful together. It's a small, tight-knit community. I'm happy that it's small because it's more intimate, it's more engaging, because like when a community gets too big, it's like, who's who again? Yeah. So just join us and we'll help you out. And we'll also talk about WandaVision. That was a crazy, crazy episode. And I'm happy. That made me so happy. And I don't know if anyone else like audible gasp at the very end, but that was really cool. And phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe. So excited. It took a different turn and I'm so happy. If you know, you know. Josh, I hope you watched it already. Oh man. But okay. I think we're going to end the stream now. There's no other questions, no other requests, no other links, but you all rock. Let me play this music and make sure that it doesn't drown me out like last time. Let's see here. If I play this. Am I hearing it? No. Okay, cool. Let me fade it in. Okay. It's not overpowering me, right? I hope not. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you. If you're in the live chat or you're watching a recording, you all are wonderful. You all are what helps make the web beautiful together. If this is your first time here, thank you again. These streams happen every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. We go over things in Webflow and doing stuff in no code, both beginner and, as you've seen here, advanced stuff. So what do you want to talk about next week? All right. And remember, the week after next, no public stream. This is just going to be for the Pixel Geek community members. It's going to be a private gathering over Google Meet. So if you're a member, I hope you can make it. I've already sent out the invite. If you didn't get the invite yet, don't worry. You'll get it in your inbox. But thank you all so much. And yeah, that's it. Have a great weekend. And as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.